have to say, I'm slightly apprehensive about this. Ocean's record with movie tie-ins is not exactly stellar. The Addams Family was a very good film, actually a very good trilogy of films that had many a video game based on it to varying degrees of success. It also had this. I make the distinction because this is not a game. This is a test of your patience, as well as your bullshit-ometer. Let me walk you through my entire experience. You play as Gomez and have to rescue all your family members. The game starts. 2 bats and a ghost immediately attack you before you can get your bearings. Upon contact damage occurring, you blink in a period of invulnerability, but you know what's great? When you're blinking, you can't attack. Was this the cruel, twisted intention, or one of the dumbest mistakes in all of video game history? You stand outside your mansion and can go inside or, if you like, scale the ledges and windows to get to the roof. There's a heart up there, but so many ghosts and bats that you'll lose more health trying to get it than you'll gain, so don't bother. Eventually, you need to go left or right. Ignore your platforming instincts and go left into the graveyard. You now need to get to the far end, while jumping over gravestones and throwing swords at various ghosts and bats. I'm assuming there are other enemies somewhere in the game. Well, you're probably better off just tanking it and running through them all. You'll lose a couple of hearts of health, but seeing as how the enemies' movement patterns are so random and hitboxes so incorrect, you'll no doubt take that damage if you try to fight them anyway. Get to the crypt at the end, and you'll have to fight a giant ghost who's keeping Wednesday hostage. You have to throw swords at his face while avoiding these little ghouls he chucks out at you. Touch these and you crumble into a pile of dust. What's the point in a health meter if you die instantly with one touch? They'll eat your swords too, which is a problem because you don't have unlimited ammo. Once the gauge empties, no more swords for you. Oh, and there's no secondary attack like a fist or anything. That's it, you're attackless. You now have no choice other than to force a death because you can't win the fight now. It takes at least half of that meter's worth of successful hits to the face to kill this thing. The other great feature of boss fights? They don't flash or make a noise when you hit them, no indication that you're doing the right thing whatsoever, so you have no idea if your attack is even working. Manage against all the odds to defeat the ghost, and Wednesday is rescued. She'll give you a golf club and tell you that she hopes you can swim. For what, I'm not sure. This golf club is the worst, and I mean the worst weapon since the walking stick in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the NES. The art direction is, well, it's not so great. The scales are all wrong, the sprites look very amateur, and the hit detection really inaccurate. It seems these enemies radiate bad energy, as you'll take damage by merely being in proximity to them. You don't even need to come into contact with them. The level design is amongst the most repetitive I've ever seen, which wouldn't be so bad, except virtually all the levels are just walking from left to right, or right to left to make a change, jumping over the odd thing. Enemies are placed right at the top of stairways, meaning you're getting hit no matter what you do. As soon as you leave and re-enter the area around an enemy spawn point, it'll respawn. No mercy. You have to complete the game in a certain order, but of course there's no clues to be given as to what that order is. You may be tempted to enter the mansion first and foremost. Don't do that though, as eventually you'll come to this giant teddy bear that you cannot kill with your basic swords. You can damage it, but you don't carry enough to take it out completely. Eventually you'll run out, even if you never miss it, and because you have no melee attack, that's your lot. Oh yeah, and once you die, you respawn right at the boss and can't leave, so you'll have to basically use up all your lives or just reset the game. This happens more than once, so expect to have to repeat sections of the game several times if you give a toss about completing this. I don't, it's just a shocking mess. The Addams clan are gluttons for misery, this we know. I think this might have been too much even for them, though. I mentioned the NES Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde earlier. The Addams family for Game Boy is that bad. The controls are as bad, the weapons as useless, the enemies as impossible to beat. Hey, you know what? This might just be the equivalent game for the Game Boy. Someone get AVGN on the phone.